The Karabo Centre for Mathematics, Science and Commerce helps township pupils to improve on their school grades to achieve excellent matric results. Now, the centre is based at Vosloorus Comprehensive School in Ekurhuleni. For more on this, we are joined by Depalesa Buso, a matric graduate at Phumlani Secondary School, Gontse Modisane, also a matric graduate at PT Kulu Secondary, and the centre's co-founder, Maanda Mphohoni. Thank you so much to all three of you for joining us this evening. Sir, I'm going to start with you. You had 82 learners at this institution, 50 of which obtained 97 distinctions. What magic do you use at your school?
We just try and make sure that we prepare the learners. They come in on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, and we just teach maths, physics, accounting, life science. We've got a group of dedicated teachers. We've got Komatsu, a foundation backing us, making sure that these learners receive these lessons for free. So we just try and do it the best we can. We examine them every quarter to make sure that they write the school's exam after they've written our exams. So we try by all means to make sure that we get them prepared intensively. So,
I mean, you're a co-founder at the school.
Yep.
It's an NGO that was started in 2012. Just quickly take us through the thinking behind putting together this NGO and especially having it in the township.
All right. So what happened was my friend and boss, Mr. Colin Fokker, came to me with an idea. He's a physics teacher. He came to me and said, you know what, we need to improve the maths, physics results in Vosloorus. So we took a group of 37 learners, 2012, and by the end of the year, 32 of them out of 37 got a distinction in both maths and science.
Wow.
And that was actually the first cohort of the Karabo group. Then we formally got the NGO up and running in 2013. So this is actually our 10th year of operation. And some of the highlights we've had over the years is that we have had 17 learners achieving at least 100% in maths, science, or both every year until now. And in 2020, we received an award from then Premier, the Honorable David Makura, as the best performing NGO in the province of Gauteng in 2020.
That's absolutely stellar work, and I'm sure it's quite evident in the students that come out of the school. Gontse, you matriculated last year, 6 distinctions, 92% in physics and 97% in mathematics. I mean, how were you even prepared that you would get those results?
It was all about intensive pressure that I received from Karabo. I just believe we don't rise to the level of our expectations, but we fall to the level of our training. So I knew I was going to train for 100%, but I missed it. But 97% is good to take home.
Most certainly, it is good to take home. What was your game plan going into your matric year?
Okay, my game plan was to fix a study timetable and become a discipline, because I started realizing in matric that motivation comes and goes. So I needed to find discipline, like a bodybuilder who gains muscles. That's discipline. So I had to discipline myself in order to pass matric.
Depalesa, 7 distinctions for you completing 2022 matric. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you know that you would come out with such results? How much work did you put in?
A lot of work, because I had to sacrifice like 95% of my life so that I could achieve like great results. And so it has always been like my goal to achieve 7 distinctions, I think, from primary, because I always watch those matric results, the ministerial results when they announce those matric results. So yeah, it has always been my dream to get 7 distinctions, and I'm grateful to the support system that I've had from Karabo Centre, where I found teachers that are passionate about the work they do. They really supported us when I had like difficulty understanding certain concepts. They would be there and go to them to ask them. Also the support system I got at home, because like my grandmother took over all of the household chores so that I could get enough time for studying. My grandpa was there whenever I needed transport to fetch my school stuff. And then yes, I had to sacrifice sleep, sacrifice everything, and make sure that I get 7 distinctions. I was also aiming for 100% in math and physics, but yeah, I didn't get that. But it's still a distinction, so I'm still proud. I'm still very proud.
You must be absolutely proud. I mean, you speak of the support structures that you have at home, and most certainly the support structures that you have at the center. When did you join the center, and how did you know that this center was what you needed in order for you to attain the results that you did?
So in 2019, I was recruited by the Karabo team, Mr. Mloy from Pumlani Secondary School. So I was not paying at all, which I will forever be grateful for. And I realized that I needed Karabo in grade 10 when COVID started, because I was always excelling. After joining Karabo, I started like getting averages of around 90s in some of my exams and tests. So in grade 9, we had to stop lessons for a while, and I had difficulty adjusting that I had no support system from Karabo. Now I had to push myself. I somehow dropped somewhere. That's when I really realized that Karabo plays a huge role in my studies, because they really, really helped with improving my marks extremely so.
Maanda, I mean, but Depalesa speaks of the implications of COVID-19 on her schoolwork, and that's what made her realize that coming to the institution was what would be good for her. What implications did COVID-19 have on your institution? I mean, who funds you? How do you run your daily operations?
COVID had a big impact in our institution, because before COVID, we were just a center. Learners would come face to face, and once COVID started, we had to adapt. We, through sponsorship from companies like Disere, they helped us build an app. One of our former learners, Andres Bingane, shout out to him, because he came back 2020 just after COVID and said, I want to help design an app so that these learners can get the information they need at home, try and download the app, download videos, watch lessons, do the work from home. And we saw that we need to start having this hybrid learning. That's why now we're also doing live streaming, so that we try and reach as many people as possible in the entire country.
Where do you source most of your educators from?
Actually, a lot of our educators are in different schools, and we just look at educators that are performing in their schools, but also the passion and dedication that you need to make sure that every Saturday and every Sunday, when you're supposed to be with your families, you are at school teaching other people's children. You've got to have real passion to survive as a Karabo educator.
Gontse, having come from this center, what lessons would you say you've learned, but in terms of life lessons, apart from the academics that you got? I mean, we can see you got 97% for mathematics, but what life lessons would you be able to take and carry throughout your life that you've taken from Karabo?
I learned a lot of things. One of the biggest things that I learned is that nothing in life ever comes easy. You have to sweat. Like you have to eat your sweat. You have everything. There's nothing easy come, easy go. So I had to learn a lot from Mr. Fokker. Mr. Fokker was my physics teacher. He used to teach us about life. He told us that if you go to school Monday to Sunday, in university you will survive, because some of the kids who are going to university are only used to going to school Monday to Friday. So you have an advantage of 2 days. Make sure you use it to your advantage and make sure you execute. Don't go and play with the course, but make sure you kill it.
Depalesa, what did you learn?
I would say like Karabo really helped me. It molded me into the young woman that I am today. It helped me to realize that in life you really have to work hard for the things you want and believing in yourself, because I've learned that as a human being, the limitations that you have are the ones that you set upon yourself, really, because you can attain everything you set your mind to. And Karabo also helped me to become brave, because there are academically competitive students out there, like Gontse got 97% in math. So that motivates you, it pushes you, it brings out the best version of yourself. So it really did. And you tend to realize that, okay, I can do that. Oh, I'm smart. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, really, Karabo helped me to persevere, because there's a lot of pressure, as Gontse said already. There's a lot of pressure, test after test, exams after exams. You're writing an exam at Karabo, maybe like in 2 days' time, you're writing a test at school again. So you have to learn to persevere, have to learn how to work under pressure. You have to be disciplined, because motivation runs out. So what counts is actually discipline, because the momentum, you gain the momentum as you have.
You most certainly do.
Yeah.
Maanda, just take us through the joy that you feel when you've got students speaking like this, when you send them out into the world with so much confidence in themselves and in their abilities because of the process that they've taken with you.
It's why we do what we do. I mean, at the end of the day, our main vision is to alleviate poverty in the township through education. So when we see that happening, we have been in operation for 10 years now. So we have produced doctors, we've produced engineers, we've produced bankers, we've produced investment bankers. So every time when they come in, last night we had our award ceremony. The alumni came in. It was one of the best ceremonies we've ever had. So it's a joy. And I'd have to say this, we have to thank the Komatsu Foundation, the amount of work, the amount of money they've put into the project to make sure that these learners succeed has been absolutely unbelievable. We've been with them for 7 years now, and I can only hope that that partnership continues.
Lovely. Just in closing, Gontse and Depalesa, your plans for 2023 and the rest of your lives, where you guys going to study and what are you going to study? Gontse?
Okay, I'll be studying actual science at Wits. I'll be moving in on the 4th of February.
All right. And Depalesa?
I'll be studying medicine at the University of Pretoria. And why medicine? Because I believe that my purpose in life is to heal.
Oh, wow. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the best. You deserve the results that you've gotten. I mean, you've put in the hard work. But most importantly, to Karabo as an institution, we do hope that you will be expanding to other townships very soon, because I'm sure many, many more students would be needing your services. Thank you for joining us this evening, guys.